Boxing Truth here. I had to make this video because I ain't done with you yet, Terence Crawford. I gotta tell your fanboys exactly why you still ain't top 5 pound for pound in the world. You do make a case for top 10. It would be too much hate if someone was not to put you on top 10. But the thing is, there are fighters out there that have better wins than you and are not considered top 10. This is why the type of recognition Crawford is getting bothers me. It's not me being a hater. I'm just being real and being realistic about the situation that's being presented to me in front of my eyes. And there's a lot of reasons why Terence Crawford is getting this type of hype, getting this type of recognition. And one of them has to do with how he's promoted. Let's be real. Terence Crawford, he's better promoted than any of the PBC fighters right now, which is a major reason why he's getting the type of recognition he's getting. He was fighting on HBO, getting a lot of exposure. He's being promoted by Top Rank. Now he's fighting on ESPN, and Bob Arum has done a good job with the way he's been promoting Terence Crawford. Crawford's now a very good ticket seller in his home region, one of the very few American ticket sellers, and when it comes to boxing, all that is good, is really good. But it's also a major reason why he's getting this type of recognition, being considered top 5, being considered number 1 pound for pound, when his best win is fucking Julius Ndongo. Beating the Ndongos, the Victor Postals, the John Molinas of the world should not get you top 5 pound for pound recognition, especially when he was heavily favored to beat all of these cats that he has fought. He hasn't beaten the type of fighters to get the recognition of a top 5 pound for pound fighter. It's plain and simple. It's not me hating. I'm just being realistic to you guys. I'm being real to you guys. I'm being real with Terence Crawford. The guy's overrated. He still is overrated because his best win is still Julius Ndongo, a guy that was a 22-1 underdog going into that fight. I expected a tough, close battle. Crawford proved me wrong. He gets props and credit for having that type of performance, knocking out an undefeated champion. But I'm not going to overrate his victory. I'm not going to say beating Ndongo makes you number 1 pound for pound in the world. I don't give a shit about the undisputed titles being on the line. There's a lot of champions in boxing. There's over 30 champions for the WBA alone in the sport of boxing. There's many champions, but there's even fewer great fighters, and there's even fewer stars. And the thing is, Crawford still needs to beat a B-plus level fighter. He still needs to beat a future Hall of Famer. He still needs to beat a pound for pound level fighter. A guy considered one of the very best in the world, not a guy that is a top fighter in his division, but considered a paper champion. Beating paper champions, winning vacant straps, knocking out lightweights are not going to get you a top 5 pound for pound rating. And people think I'm being very harsh on Terence Crawford. Nah. There's people even being more harsh with Terence Crawford. I mean, look what people are saying about his latest victory. I gave him credit. He over-exceeded my expectations. I thought he would struggle. I thought if he was I'm not surprised that Crawford won. I was surprised at the way he won. But yet, you still got people saying that Crawford beat a bum. He freaking unified a bum-ass division. Ndongo laid down for him. He took a dive. I'm not saying that shit. You don't hear me saying that shit. I never called Ndongo a bum. I never said Crawford unified a bum division. I never said Ndongo laid down for him. I never said he took a dive. I'm not in Ndongo's body. I'm not going to go that far. I don't know what he felt when he got hit with that body shot. All I know is when you get hit between a punch, especially to the body, you're not ready for it. Your body's full of air. So it's going to hurt when you get caught in between a punch because you're not expecting it. But it was surprising that Crawford was able to dispatch Ndongo within 3 rounds. But it looked like a good body shot, and that's all I can say. I'm not in Ndongo's body. I don't know if he took a dive or not. All I can say is congratulations, Terence Crawford. It looked like a good body shot. Ndongo couldn't recover. He said he hurt him real bad. So I got to go by the guy's reactions. I got to go by the guy's words. I'm not going to say Ndongo lay down without any concrete evidence. But Crawford, if you want to be top 5 pound for pound, you need to beat Mikey Garcia. You need to beat Keith Thurman. You need to beat the Jeff Horn Manny Pacquiao winner. Beat one of those guys. And then you're really truly considered pound for pound level. Because I bet you right now, if you was an Al Heyman fighter, if you wasn't being promoted right as like you are right now by Bob Arum, you wouldn't even be on the pound for pound list. Just like Keith Thurman's not on the pound for pound list. And he's got better fucking wins on his resume than you do. And he's nowhere near on the pound for pound list. Not all of the lists, only on a few lists. He's still not considered pound for pound on Ring Magazine, I don't believe. And he's got better wins than your ass. And people are saying that you're top 5, number 1 in the world. And your fucking best win is Julius Ndongo. So that's what bothers me about the recognition that Crawford gets. Because there's other fighters out there that got better fucking wins on their resume than Terence Crawford. But Crawford, he's with the right promoter, a guy that actually can build him a fan base in his home region, sell tickets in Nebraska. And I can't knock him. I mean, Bob Arum knows how to promote fighters. Al Heyman, that's the trade-off with him. Yeah, you'll get paid decent, but he ain't gonna promote your ass, and you'll fight once a year maybe. So the promotional issue is a big reason why Crawford gets recognition, being on HBO, and he's a little more active than Heyman fighters, but he's not fighting any better fighters compared to some of those guys. Not compared to Keith Thurman. But I'm still not convinced with Terence Crawford. He still needs to prove to me that he's truly a top 5 elite fighter. I'll put him in top 10, no problem. But he ain't top 5. He's got to beat one of those guys I just mentioned to really get that type of recognition. And I'm still not convinced. Still think he's a little hyped. And I'm telling you, once he fights a B+ level fighter, once he fights a legitimate guy in his career, he's going to take that L.